Welcome once again, Bissell fans. So I've been strictly informing you very strongly to stop sending me your Bissells. But in this case, you sent me another one. So which one do you think is the one that has been recently refurbed and the one that needs to be refurbed? Well, if you can see that, and it's so bright out here today. So the one on your right is the one that I haven't touched. This guy right here. They look very similar though, don't they? So let's see. Similar front nozzle ends, obviously some different colors. Got the purple trim, got the green brush roll, bristles. You can barely see that here because it's so dirty. And they're both power cleans or power something. This is a power clean rewind pet. That's a Powerlifter Swivel rewind. And they have the same turbo eraser. But if I try to swivel this guy, yeah, sorry, it'll turn, but it won't swivel. So let's get rid of this dude. And how about we concentrate on Mr. Swivel? So let's see. Yep. Got that swivel action. So don't know anything about it. This is the way I received it. Yes, it was a curb fine. And let's see. What do we got here? Let me get you the rating sticker. So looks like it's from 2018 up here. And it's a model 2259. And that's a very awkward position for me to hold that. So I haven't touched it in any way. In fact, when I first picked it up, I thought, hey, look, it's broken. But no, it's just a swivel. All right, let's see if I can figure this out. You know what? Let's take a look at the brush roll for a second. See, how bad is it? Is it pretty typical? That is pretty typically bad. Yeah, I think that's pretty typically bad. And by the way, if you haven't noticed, this should be a 2-camera production, which is a royal pain to do because it's, well, twice as much work. Okay, so let's take a look at the cord. Oh, the cord is in moderately bad shape on one end. I have seen cords mangled all my life, but I have not seen a cord mangled like this. All right, you know, all the way down to the little red piece of tape, it looks okay, but the problem isn't down there. The problem is here. Yeah, I think we got a bit of a problem there. Now this is actually pretty easily fixable. I've gone and, you know, cut off, wires and stuck on other plugs. That's not a big deal. But for right now, we won't do that. All right, this second. I see the prongs are a little on the bent side, but right here, yeah, that's kind of an issue there. You wonder how that happened. You know, everything's got a story, right? All right, let's see. Do we think the power is on or off? Ooh, a little hard to tell. Wow. It's so springy. You know, it's so springy, it is not easy to tell. I can normally tell, but it's different. So when I plug in, maybe it'll turn on, maybe it won't. So let me make sure we're aligned here for maximum poofage should it decide to turn on and do something fun. All right, I'm over by the plug. So let's see. I'm going to plug it in. Will it do anything weird? Nope. The plug is there. The plug is in. So either a fuse is popped or the power button is not depressed. Okay, so let's see what happens. I'm going to turn it sideways here. Okay. Oh, how bad is the motor going to sound? Because this would make this machine probably close to 6 years old. Contact. Now I know you can probably not hear that all that well, so let me see if I can make an adjustment. I can hear that the bearings are at least about half worn, and really what that means is they're going to need to be re-greased, probably. That's possible to do, but a lot of people don't mess with it. It doesn't sound that bad, though. I did see stuff spinning around in the bin. I wonder, let me take a quick peek. I know you're not going to be able to see that this well. I see this very well here. Let's see, does the brush roll spin? Nope. I am pretty sure that the belt has snapped. And these days, I think the typical person, I think they know that the machine has a belt, but I don't think they actually want to bother with a belt. You know, so they run it until it breaks. I think that's becoming more and more common. All right, let's see what we have. Oh, I am spotting the first problem. So I just took the hose off, and there we go. We have a hole. Yep, we definitely have a hole. Well, guess what? I have an ample supply of Bissell parts. Gee, I wonder why. So I have one of these. That's not a problem. So let's keep going. Oh, by the way, you know, let me just check to see, is there a clog? Nope, that hose is in fantastic shape. So bottom line is, you know what you can do in this case? You can get yourself another hose, right? But what you can do is you can get some tools and kind of cut this off and then untwist this and then twist it back on to a slightly shorter hose connection. In fact, let me see, because I can't do anything with it. Let me see if I can get this to twist off right now. These are normally glued on. Sometimes you gotta, you know, put some real force into it, but sometimes it won't come off. Either way, I can either shorten this hose or get another one. But for right this second, let's see if we have any flow or suction from where you would connect the hose. So right here. See, it's so bright out here. Oh, I don't think my electronics are going to last real long in all this heat and direct sunlight. So we'll see. All right, let's see what happens. All right. As you heard, we seem to have plenty of flow, and I felt plenty of suction. I think I heard the suction relief valve making an attempt to pop, you know, go that kind of thing. All right. So they threw it away with the bin being, well, you know what? Technically, to the full line. So, you know what? I just had a message pop on my camera, and it said the camera's gotten too hot. So we will revisit this. Stay tuned. And as you can see, we've managed to move back indoors down to the lab because, well, my equipment won't overheat in the direct 90-degree sunlight. Doesn't like that. Here is a replacement Bissell hose. And since we've established the brush roll does not move, probably because of a broken belt, let me take the junker hose off that was not clogged. And how about we put this other hose on and just see where we are as far as suction. You know, these machines don't exactly have a whole lot of airflow. Suction's fairly high. And what was the current rating on this thing? It's an 8 ampere. Okay. So it's not going to move my Baird meter a whole lot. You know, 60, 65, 70, whatever it is, CFM, nothing special. And I think, see, I'm going to have to bring this over closer to you. Now, since the brush roll doesn't spin, and there's no airflow going to it. I don't have to worry about it sucking up my little paint tarp because there's no activity. If I'd forgotten about that, then it would suck up the tarp and it'd be hilarious. All right, let's see what we got now. All right. Let me see if I can show you this. Well, oh, gonna need some more light. One flash. All right, let's see. Can you see that? Okay, so about 60, and I was clearly hearing the suction relief valve going, which means it's now active again. So isn't that interesting? So here's the bin. As we were attempting to look at that when my one of my cameras overheated. And let's see, is that better? I better turn the flash on. That's what it looks like. So it is indeed up to the full line, so to speak. But you know, funny thing is that apparently halfway is full. It's a bagless system, and between here and here, well, apparently that fills it up. Isn't that a little weird? They don't want you getting it up here, and there's probably a real reason for that. Well, I'm definitely seeing a bunch of dirt where it shouldn't be. Yeah, it shouldn't really. There shouldn't be dirt there. There really shouldn't be. That's not good. And anything else? I wonder if it's got stuff coming out of here as well. Let me check that again. This vacuum has all sorts of little surprises. Yeah, here, there, it's all over the place. Okay, so that's what was confusing me. Let me turn this thing upside down. So this thing has three, count them, 3 exhaust ports. So you have one here on this side of the motor. You have one, let me turn this around. You have one here, and then you have one on the other side of the motor. They all 3 have strong exhaust streams, but you don't have one here. There isn't one here. So 3 exhausts, and you know it's not a sealed system for those people that are wondering. It's just a blow it out everywhere type of system. We do have these 2 tools. I'll show you the conditions of them. See, there's the Turbo Eraser Pet. It's got some hair around it. Spins very freely. And then here's this tube. Let's see. Hopefully you can see down it. Totally clear, barely used. And those are all the tools that came with it. See, I'll just move this. And let's take a look at the brush roll, such as it is. This is a 2 detent machine. Let's see, maybe I'll come up a little bit farther here. You can push the pedal twice, that is. So let me get you in closer. Time to shrink. Now this is the time where having 2 cameras can be handy. And like magic, we have a better view. All right. Where did I put my stuff? Okay. Take the old Phillips screwdriver. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's what we got. So you can see how the brush roll freely spins, and it's not supposed to freely spin. You can also see the little squeegee. On carpet, this thing drives me nuts. I normally remove them because if you've got medium pile carpet or higher, thicker, it just creates a lot of extra drag, and it doesn't really add a whole lot to the performance of the machine at all. So it just pops off. You pull it and it'll pop off, and then you can pop it back on if you want it. If it's a low pile or no pile carpet, otherwise hard floors, then you can leave it on. Okay, how stuck is this? Ooh, is that a crack or is that normal? Right here. Yeah, maybe that's just a mold problem. All right, molding issue. Let's see. Is that gonna? Are we? How stuck are we? There. Got to get it started. And there's a little tab right in there that always loves to break off. That's always wonderful when it breaks off. Okay. Well, obviously this hasn't been maintained in quite some time. And here is a belt, and the belt is broken. Gee, what a surprise. But I think we kind of knew that. So I'm going to guess that this belt, it's a genuine belt, and it probably, I'm going to guess it probably has been on there since 2018. So, whatever. Okay, brush roll. How does it spin? Wonderfully well. Like, amazingly well. Like, better than I could imagine it well. I'm suspicious of that because it's so perfect in the way that it spins. I'm not detecting any graininess or any resistance whatsoever. So I suppose just clean this mess up, and you'll probably be in pretty good shape. All right, so there's that, and I doubt there's a clog down here, but I tell you what. Let's see. Let me get the bin. Put the bin back on, just temporarily. And I'm going to put the hose back on. Put the good hose on, obviously, not the one with the hole in it. Put a good hose on, and let me see if there's anything clogged right here. My guess is there isn't, but I can't tell just yet. So this is an easy way to tell. All right, come on. Hello. Yeah. All right. See what happens. No, it seems like that's fine. So I hope you can hear the wind down. Maybe you can't. Everything seems to be okay. I am detecting super scumminess, obviously, very dirty. And the bin has, some dirt in it. And the belt is broken. And the hose has the hole. And other than that, I think we're fine. Let's see, is there one other little hidden filter thingy somewhere? Let's see, something that people just always forget about. Oh, well, that's not that bad. Okay, so I popped the top of the bin filter off. Here's one side. Looks good. Here's the other side. That isn't bad at all. They did take care of the filter. They did do that. So my guess is what happens is that they just get the machine, they run it for a period of time, the belt breaks, and they go, we got 6 years out of it, so let's just go buy another one. And, maybe they spent $100 on it, $150, whatever it was back in 2018. Not a big deal. So, I don't know. Should I save it? The motor's a little worn, but it's not that bad. The motor is just, it's not horrible. Now, it could be ready to go in the next year or two. But for right this second, it's usable. Little granular in there on wind down, but it's usable. So, give me a minute to think about this. Well, I have so many of these Bissells. You know, this Bissell is a variation on a theme, and I have a 10-pack of these belts, so they're brand new. I get them for about $1 a piece, you know, like on eBay. So I can put a belt on it, and of course, we'll clean this up. But I don't believe that I'm going to take it apart and give it a bath. Plus, you've seen this a whole bunch of times. If you're new to my channel, please go and pick any about Bissell video you want that's a curb find, and you'll see me throwing it in the tub and cleaning it up. So I think I'll just probably take this off, and I'll put it in the sink rather than the tub. And then, of course, I'll clean this up and clean that. We'll give it, you know, a different hose, not a new hose, but a different one. We'll clean this up. We'll empty this, clean that, and we'll put it all back together again. So stay tuned, and the next time you see this, it should be looking a lot better than what it looks like right now. And the brush roll should spin. And we're as clean as I'm going to bother with it. To towel that off just a little bit more. It's looking better. Most of this stuff is really dry already. Yeah, that looks almost new. All right. Now, I think I'm gonna have to deal with the hose. All right, I'm just gonna show you this hose repair in steps. Obviously, as a reminder, gonna have to cut that off. So I'm gonna use some nippers right here, and I'm gonna cut this wire, and then I'm gonna figure out a way to pry off, rip off, whatever it is, untwist the hose from here all the way up into there. You know, that's where it ends. So we'll lose about 2 inches of hose, but we should have a fairly clean cut. I don't know, I'm thinking about that wire, say, maybe about right there where my thumbnail is. All right, so let me get back to you. Yeah, oh, that was too easy. Ta-da! Separation! Almost there. Almost there. The part seems to be stuck. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Almost there. See? Look how close I am. That's a little better. That's really glued in. I'll give him that. Wow. Super glued in. I just don't want to break that little collar, though. Mess up the threads. Okay. And that's it. Now, I just need to clean that up a little bit. All right, now ideally, you want to put some kind of adhesive in there. Otherwise, when you put all this together, it could kind of untwist. But all you need to do is make an effort to get a good start. There we go. And that's it. I can trim that little excess piece of plastic off or just leave it there. Won't hurt anything. So there you go. Da, 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 da. And we have a fixed hose. So that's it. Just a little bit of time involved. Pretty simple, really. Wheels. More wheels. Ah, much better. Last few pieces here. Much cleaner, much nicer. Testing. Yeah, I think that's going to work. Okay, I guess I should put this in first. Got to get this little notch in there without breaking it. Get everything aligned. We're in the home stretch, almost done. Now, if you wanted to really make this machine close to perfect, I would replace the two bearings in the brush roll ends, and I also replace the bearings in the motor. And then depending on how long the carbon brushes are, this thing could last another 5 or 10 years easy. I'm always amazed at how much little maintenance is required, but people refuse to bother with it, and they could keep all sorts of appliances running seemingly forever. But that's the world we live in these days. And you get to watch me do these videos. Alright, I think that's going to do it. Not too bad. So let's see what height we need to actually run. I currently have it set on 4. Maybe that's too high. Maybe that's just right. Okay, 3 is too difficult to push. And 4 is pretty easy, I think. We do 3.5. Okay, let's do that. 3.5. Away we go. Swivel, swivel, swivel. That was easy. Looks like I missed a tiny bit right there, but pretty good. All right, here we go. So, did you get everything? Yeah, eventually. Eventually. pick out the big stuff here. Not too bad. All right, we'll go with that. Okay, that'll do it for this episode of the Bissell Powerlifter Swivel Rewind. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more.